Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things. And now, your host, Mr. Tony Ocean.
Can you hear me now, folks? I'm wondering. Can you hear me now? Let's see. We got a brand new microphone that was given to us by Craigford. Can you hear us now? Still no sound. Okay, folks. And we're going to plug in this. Going back to the now you can hear. You can't hear anyway. All right. How about now, folks? Can you hear us now? All right. Now you can. All right. Anyway. Thanks. I don't know if that's maybe just a mic, but we'll figure. Woo-woo! Hi, Becky Lee, Joan Aska, Felicia, Joanne. How you guys doing? Franny. How you? Wow, everybody's joining us today. And we have a great show today. And, you know, besides doing all our good stuff, folks, let's get rid of – we have a great guest coming on, folks, very shortly. You might know him, of course, Lou Bellotti, ladies and gentlemen, one of the great Chicagoland photographers in the Chicagoland area. He's taking pictures from all the big celebrities and stars, and we have them on the show in a couple minutes here. Yes, there is sound. Sound is on. Okay, good. The other mic was working. Okay, it's working too. All right, well, let's figure out. At least we know it works, but it didn't work earlier. But anyway, all right, sound is on. Anyway, folks, how about another quick sponsor? Don't forget Don Esteban Cigars right there, folks. Great, it's time to gift giving. So your husband smokes them, your kid smokes them, maybe even some women smoke them. I don't know. My sister smokes cigars. What do I know? Anyway, folks, Javier, they're out of Tarpon Springs, Florida, down Esteban Cigars. Give them a call at 727-366-7536. Tell them Tony O sent you, everybody. All right. Don't forget Trico Hair Experts right there, folks. How many guys out there? Come on. I seen you. The baseball caps, the comb over, the spray. Believe me, I did it for years, folks. Trico Hair Experts are out of Rosemont, Illinois. Give Carmen and Anthony a call. Tell them Tony O sent you. 773-999-7888, folks. And one more sponsor before we get going, folks, and that's Airtight Windows, ladies and gentlemen. Siding specialist, family-owned for 30 years of service for honesty and quality. Do it right with Airtight Windows. See my buddy Lou at 708-788-5000 and tell them Tony O sent you. And I'm sure that you guys will get an incredible deal because everybody needs windows. All right. Boy, we got so much to talk about, folks. Don't forget, I want to thank the brand new Dean Martin book is out. My good buddy Elliot Thorpe out of England put out the brand new Dean Martin book, and I'm on page 38, a whole full 2 pages interview with Tony Ocean right here. The book right out of England from the Dean Martin Association. They're actually affiliated with the Dean Martin Association right there. They started it. You can pick up the book if you're interested. We're going to have Elliot on their show in December 22nd. He'll be on the show live from the UK, live from New England, talking about the new Dean Martin book for the good times. All right, a lot of good stuff. Now, let me tell you what's going on this week, folks. Tomorrow, Ocean's Rat Pack live at Donnie G's in Elmwood Park off of North Avenue. Bill Saratella is Frank Sinatra. Elliot Winbush is Sammy Davis, and yours truly is Dean. It's a 7 o'clock, 7:30 sharp show. It's about $24.99 and up a dinner, plate, chicken, whatever you got. You can move up from there. But that's Ocean's Rat Pack tomorrow, Donnie G's. Now, Thursday, me and Ryan will be at Positano's, brand new Italian spot. Right now, they say it's the hottest place in Oak Brook right now, folks. If you're going in to dress up and you want to make sure you're old school, this is where you're going to go. Classic Sinatra music blasting. You see everybody dressed up in jackets the way it should be. So that's Positano's on Thursday. Friday will be at Chicago Prime Steakhouse. Saturday will be at Norton's in Highland Park. Me and Ryan O'Ryan, it's at 8:30. And Sunday, Frank Sinatra's 106th birthday party. That's right, at the beautiful Arcada Theater in St. Charles. That's brought to you by Ron Onesti. I'm going to be there with my good buddy Bill Pantley, Jack D'Amico, Nick Pondarelli, and the Pondarelli's got his band. It's going to be a lot of fun, folks. I hope you come and check out the Sinatra 106th birthday party if he was still alive. But to us Italians, Sinatra's still alive, just like you people think Elvis is still alive. Tony Toto, how you doing? Great job Saturday night, you and Danny. And good luck with you and John Trincali this Friday over at Villaggio with your little group there. Danny Raimondi, how you doing, buddy? Congratulations to Danny Raimondi. Became a godfather. That's right, folks. His little grandson was born Donato. So happy birthday. Congratulations, Danny. God bless you, my brother. God bless you. How cool is that? That's so cool. All right. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about, folks. And don't forget, we have my good buddy, of course, Lou on. Don't forget now the Florida tour starts March 11th. We'll be at the Venison Community Center with my buddy Greg Rini starting March 11th. March 12th and 13th will be at Marco Island, Joey D's. On the 14th, 15th will be Blue Martini in Naples. Now, that's a spot, folks, another place where they dress up. No country music, none of that garbage. It's all old school stuff. So I'm excited. More shows coming up. Also going to be in Largo, Florida by the end of that week. We're wrapping up some dates before the end of this week. So we're looking at almost 10 days out in Florida starting in March. Hi, Rosemary, Tony Toto. Keith, again, I hope you're doing well. Dave Zamel, man, great seeing you, buddy. Yeah, set off filming. Hope you're doing well. Everybody, that's a lot, man. 4,400 TV shows. That's great. Greg, my good buddy from Taverna in the house. Don't forget, we're going to be at on the 18th of December. We'll be visiting Greg at Taverna in Melrose Park. Great spot, great fun. All right, so we got that out of the way. Let's see what else we got. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I mean, I'm just trying to find stuff here. Oh, I want to congratulate our daughter, Marissa, who graduated from Cosmopolitan class. She can now we can do hair and makeup and all that good stuff. Congratulations, Marissa, on that. All right, so, boy, this is great. Now I see the comments on this side. I don't have to push chat anymore, I guess. The comments just come up on the side of the screen. What do you know? So maybe job got a little easier here, folks. All right. Anyway, I hope you're going out supporting local talent and live establishments. Now, remember, this show is Monday through Friday. The format has not changed. Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, we have guests. Tuesdays, I shoot the shit with you, but today we have a guest. Thursday, my lovely co-host will be Laura. Of course, this Thursday, my wife, Laura, and the girls are going to Arizona for a little getaway for the holiday. They're going to a little spa, a little girl time, a little downtime. So Laura will not be with me this Thursday, but she'll be back again next Thursday. So that's right. We're having fun. Robert Provenzano, the General. We want to say happy 80th anniversary, the Pearl Harbor Day. Ron Onesti this morning was there down at representing and having everybody there for the prayer, and horrible day when that happened. But here in the United States, of course, those cowardly people took us from surprise, and just horrible. But 80 years ago, everybody that fought for our country and making it free, and let's hope it stays that way, stays free. All right, folks. So thank you, anybody with a Pearl Harbor Day 80th anniversary. Also, today's Happy St. Nicholas Day. For everybody named Nicholas, St. Nicholas, it's St. Nicholas Day today. Who knew? God bless. Happy 54th anniversary to John Canetta and Venus Travel out of Chicago. John Canetta and his father started the company, of course, father many years ago, 54 years. Happy anniversary, my good buddy. Great place to be. Also, folks, we lost Senator Bob Dole, passed away yesterday, folks. Former Senator Bob Dole. All right, so a lot of good stuff coming up, and we got some more great shows still. Next week, folks, let's see, on the 15th, we'll be at Tavern on the Point in Edison Park with Regina Karma coming back with Rhino Ryan on the 15th of December. And the 16th will be at Capri in Willow Springs with Lisa P. The 18th back at Taverna. 29th, my birthday party bash at Villaggio. The main event band, a lot of surprise guests will be there. I'll be 59 years old. Woo! I'm excited about that, folks. And don't forget New Year's Eve, Avanti Banquets in Fox River Grove. We were there in 2018 and 2019. Chicago Prime put this place together. It's just unbelievable. Captain is in the house, Mary Bosco. Happy anniversary. Hi, Helen Tenuto. How you doing, honey? I hope everybody's doing good. I think it's that time. I think we're trying to bring up my buddy. So let me see if I can get him on over here. There he is, my buddy Lou. Are you there, Lou? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
And I can hear you. This is fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring to a man here for the first time in Oceans Pit. He was kind enough to be on the show. He's a very busy man, drug dealer during the day, a legit one, of course, and of course, a great photographer. I mean, you're going anyway from, and I'm going to make a list of people that he's done, tons and tons. Think about this, folks. Photographer, doing this for a living as well, going out and seeing all these great concerts. But, I mean, look at this lineup. This is just some of the people Lou has photographed in his career. Bo Deans, Buddy Guy, Burton Cummings, David Jones. Come on, man. Don Rickles, Eddie Money, Engelbert Humperdinck, Frankie Avalon. This is unbelievable. Jerry Lewis, Johnny Lang. God, there's so many more here, folks. And Paul Anka, and the list goes on and on. Kevin Costner, Norm Macdonald. That must have been interesting. Anyway, so we got Lou's got some great stories. Been in the business a long time. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Oceans Pit for the first time. Lou Bellotti. How you doing, Lou?
Great, Tony. I want to thank you, first of all, for inviting me on your show. I can't believe it. I'm glad to be here. It's an honor to be on your show. I've seen a lot of you.
It's an honor to have you as a friend, and great work that you do when you take these pictures, man. It's an art. You know, people think you just take the camera and just shoot. It doesn't work that way, folks. It takes a lot of practice. Now, Lou, according to your bio that you had, before we get into that, where were you born, my brother?
I was born in Blue Island, Illinois.
South side. Yeah, very cool.
Yeah. In fact, I think Gary Sinise was born at the same hospital I was born in Blue Island. He's from Blue Island as well. But the actor, of course. But my mom is from Calabria.
Okay.
My dad's parents were also from the Calabria, the Reggio area, and in Italy. And my mom came here. I'm 60, so she came here about 61, 62 years ago, roughly.
That's fantastic, Lou. And do you speak the language? Have you been to Italy? Anything like that?
I've been there once. I wish I can go back again, but I've been there once with my wife, probably about maybe 10, 12 years ago. I do speak Italian, not quite as well as they do there, but I got through it. All right. And I understand it a little bit better because my mom speaks it all the time.
Speaks all the time. And just like me, I'm a Toscano. We're a Northern Italian, and I speak to my mother every day because her English isn't the best. My English isn't the best either. But anyway, that's fantastic. Now, Lou, you got a big family?
My sister was a little bit younger than me, and then a younger brother as well. So my sister and brother.
Well, you know what? So look at your bio. You started taking pictures, you think, around the age of 5 and 6. Can I ask you, did someone give you a camera? Did your grandfather? How did you even come up? What were you thinking? Why photography at that age?
Well, a couple things. It's really interesting how this came together because at a younger age of 5 and 6, even 7, I'd say, my interest was music, to be honest with you. My first interest, I loved listening to music. And when I was old enough to purchase 45s at the time and 8-tracks, if you remember those.
Sure.
I did that. But my dad always had music playing, especially in the car when we would take family trips somewhere. But he listened to a lot of classical music and opera. And I really, now that I think about it, I appreciate that because I have I like all kinds of music at this point. So even classical music at the right time is perfect for the right situation. And I like that too. But as I got older, I started listening to more of what I liked, which was pretty much classic rock, late 60s, some rock and roll music, and then classic rock in the 70s. But from there, my dad actually had a decent camera, and he wasn't a photographer, but he had the good camera in the family. And whenever there was a party, whether it was a birthday or an anniversary, for example, they would say, "Frank, can you come and take some pictures for us?" And so I think just in my mind, seeing that happen and seeing the appreciation that he got with his, by taking photos for these folks, I became interested as well. And eventually, if I was using my dad's camera, or if I was able to purchase, at that time they had those little square box cameras with the with the film in there. Nothing special, but it was just an interest that I had, and eventually put the two together as I was old enough to, I would say, go to concerts with some friends. I said, let me bring in my camera, and at that time I had to sneak it in.
Sure, right, exactly, because they would take away the camera.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first concert you took a picture of? The very first picture you took at a concert?
I have to be honest, I don't. I know one of the artists that I really liked at an earlier age when he got started was Eddie Money.
Oh,
and
fantastic.
Eddie Money. And I just liked the music a lot, his music, and it just, I know that I went to quite a few of his concerts and brought my camera in multiple times. I always try to get a good seat somewhere so that I can get some decent shots from where I was sitting, because it wasn't like I was reaching out to managers and trying to get, photo passes at the time.
Sure.
It was just for my own pleasure. And even today, it's pretty much for my own pleasure, just something I enjoy doing. And ironically, now I get to photograph pretty much a lot of the same artists that I was sneaking my camera in back then, right? So, Eddie Money, of course, he passed, rest in peace. But, there's a lot of artists today that I photographed at the Arcada that I used to sneak my camera in and go see back in the 70s and 80s. And now I have permission to do it. It's just, it kind of brings me back to the time when I started out, and I just love it.
Well, you know what? You mentioned Eddie Money, one of my favorite singers of all time. Eddie Mahoney was his real name. He was a New York police officer. So was his dad. His dad and his family, his grandfather was a cop. Everybody gave him shit when he was going to become a singer. What are you doing, leaving the police force? And Eddie had, he knew how to party. He knew how to have a great time, and what an distinctive voice. And everybody just loved Eddie Money. I mean, he had so many great songs. I'm going down the list here, folks. Now, some of the questions I'm going to ask you, Lou, did you ever have a problem with someone not wanting to take your picture? I mean, you have them take their picture. They said, no, don't take that. Or give me the camera when you were done. Did you get any problems with something like that?
Not really. To be honest with you, I've been lucky enough where so far the artists that I've photographed. Now, keep in mind, I primarily shoot at the Arcada Theater.
Right.
I very seldom venture away from there unless, there's been a local band or two that may have asked me, since they saw my photos from the Arcada, would say, we're playing at so-and-so, can you come and photograph us? But that's very rare. So to be honest with you, since I'm the house photographer there, and I know how to get around things and maneuver my way around, it makes it a lot easier. Now, I have no problem introducing myself to their manager, a tour manager, and saying, because I am going to have a camera in their face, I'd like them to know who it is and what I'm doing. Yeah. So I introduce myself and I say, look, if you'd like, I can keep it to 3 songs. I don't have a problem with that, but I am the house photographer, and I'd like to take a few pictures tonight. I'll be glad to share them with you.
Sure.
And it's the way you approach it, I think, that helps. Yeah. But I haven't really had an issue, with anyone. Now, if you go to the big auditoriums, you're going to be restricted. It's going to be maybe 1, 2, or 3 songs.
Okay.
And they're going to be very strict. And they're going to say, when they see you're done, they walk you out the door.
They might make sure you're not sticking around over there. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's different.
Lou, do you have a favorite? Does it make a difference? Color, black and white? Do you shoot both?
Well, with this digital age, it's so easy to do both because I shoot in color, everything in color.
Right.
But once you get home, you could simply turn it into a black and white if needed. And I may do that. There are certain, I don't know if I want to say performers, but there are certain photos that would look better depending on how the lighting hits the artist. Sure. There are certain photos that look better in black and white. And I am a fan of black and white photography. I do like black and white.
I like that too. Very classy stuff. Do you ever take the picture and go, boy, I can maybe doctor this up a little bit till the guy looks a little better? Or you don't on your own without actually releasing it, if you know what I mean?
Well, yes. And this is, I think, very important. It's my photo. It's my image of that person. It's whoever the artist is.
Yeah.
But I want to make sure I portray that artist in the best way possible. So it's what I see, but if I could touch up a few things to make that artist look better, in my opinion, I'll do that. I care enough where I'd want to do that.
Sure. And you know, the Hollywood photographers, when you see these camera shots of these women or men, I mean, come on, sometimes they don't even look like the person, you know what I mean?
Right.
And they're doctoring up these people. I don't even know why on Facebook I see people that throw it out there and they fix up their faces just when they're going jogging or something. I mean, come on, you know what I mean? I don't understand all that, but I get the whole, you know, trying to get that image, and it makes a lot of sense. Now, you did a lot of work in theater. I know you've done a lot of festivals. Is there a big difference between doing the auditoriums or these theaters and festivals? Now, obviously, there's more people. Is it a little harder for you than when you do the festivals?
Well, the festivals are always fun. And to be honest with you, I would never have met Ron Onesti hadn't it been for one of his festivals. Yeah. I believe it was Addison. It was one of his Italian festivals. And at the time, he had a gentleman on stage named Patrizio.
Yes, I remember him. And if I correctly, even your thing, August 2007, and I know that's what the bio said. And I've been very fortunate to play all of his Italian fest. And Patrizio, yes, I think he brought him in. Yes, I do remember that. Right. Yeah, actually, I think they even open for them at the time. Yes.
I met Ron. My wife and I were going there because, we like the Italian festivals. We like the food. I didn't know anything about Ron at the time or the festival itself, but we ended up going, and I had my camera. I saw Ron was introducing bands up on stage the whole night. And I introduced myself and I said, I'd love to photograph the artist tonight, if you don't mind. And I'll be glad to send you some photos if you'd like, which I did. And I said, from there, it actually just escalated from there. I sent him some photos. My second interest with him was an artist named Zucchero from Italy.
Yeah. Oh, my God. One of my favorite Italian singers. Fantastic, Zucchero. Yeah. Hey, Lou.
And I noticed he was playing at the Arcada.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, so I asked Ron, I said, I see Zucchero's playing at the Arcada in October 2007. The first show I ever did for Ron at the theater was Zucchero. And I asked Ron, do you mind if I come and photograph the show? And he says, no, it's not a problem. And ever since then, he says, anytime you would like to photograph an artist here, just come on in and do it.
That's so cool, man. Have you done anything at the Desplaines Theater? Is there a difference between shooting at the Desplaines Theater than there is the Arcada Theater in St. Charles?
Well, there's a little bit of a difference. The Desplaines Theater is as beautiful as it is. It's pretty much, it's a lot more open. There's a lot more open spaces within the theater itself. You don't have any pillars. The balcony is very small. So there are some differences, but for the most part, it's still a small 1,000-seat theater. So in terms of getting around, and then after a while, you get to, you recognize the spots where you can get some pretty good shots from. And, you basically just walk around and shoot from different angles and try to get the best you can. But you end up with good results either way.
Well, that's fantastic. I love your work. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Ocean Spit, the little show about big things, folks. I think it's time for a quick sponsor. That's right, folks. We have my guest, of course, my good friend Lou Bellotti, ladies and gentlemen, one of the great Chicagoland photographers who takes most of the pictures, 99% of the pictures at the Arcada Theater, Desplaines Theater for Ron Onesti. Let's bring on one of our sponsors, folks, if we can. Let's not forget Deutsch Power Center, ladies and gentlemen, right at the bottom of the screen there. Deutsch Power Center, Great Lakes, servicing the construction diesel industry for the last 100 years. Call Sal at 224-276-6550. And right now, folks, SteakSyndicate.com. I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse. This is perfect timing for holiday gift giving. You want steaks, burgers, hot dogs, pork chops, fish, all that stuff delivered right to your house. SteakSyndicate.com. My buddy John Sirianni put this together, folks. Now, you go to SteakSyndicate.com, promo code Tony Ocean. You get 25% off the membership fee and a free tomahawk steak. No shit, folks. A free tomahawk steak. That's worth the price alone, right, for that tomahawk steak. SteakSyndicate.com. Let's not forget that, folks. And supporting local establishments. Ocean's Pit with Lou Bellotti on Lou. Now, when you go, when you're there to see you like to see the band and you're taking pictures, but what about when it's somebody that you really admired? You know what I mean? Wow. You're driving to the concert. I want to take a picture of, let's say Jerry Lewis. I'm so excited. Is there a difference the way you approach that, or does it make a difference because you're a professional, obviously, at what you do?
Yeah, I don't think it makes a difference in how I approach it. I'm still looking for the best shot I can get from that artist. But of course, if it's an artist that I really, really like, I tend to enjoy it a little bit more in terms of I recognize the music more. Yeah. And it gives me an opportunity to, in some cases, to meet the artist, which is always a good thing.
Sure.
There's not so many meet and greets anymore, but when there were meet and greets, usually before or after the show, I would introduce myself to the artist. Let them know I'm going to be shooting the meet and greet photos. I'll have maybe a few minutes to chat with them, perhaps. And if it's somebody that I really liked, even in the past, and I listened to their music, I think it makes it that much more enjoyable, I guess. But in terms of taking photos of them, I treat everybody like they're the biggest star on the planet, because
I got it.
It doesn't matter, because to that person, to that artist, they are the biggest person. They are the biggest artist on the planet. Whether they've sold, 1 million copies or 10 copies of an album, it doesn't matter, because to them, they still want that. They still want that good photo, and so I treat them all the same, basically, in that respect.
Well, that's very cool how you do that. Let's talk about March 20th, 2020, or March 14th, 2020. You heard the news, COVID-19 hitting. Everything's shutting down. What was the first thing you thought, Lou? First of all, for your family, and second of all, for your business. Now, you were in the medical field. Obviously, you were still working at the time as a first responder, essential job as it was. But as your photography stuff, did everything stop to a halt, or were you still? There was still concerts going on, or no?
No, I everything came to a halt for the most part. As the theaters shut down, just like so many restaurants. Same thing for me. I mean, if there wasn't anything going on at any of the theaters, I didn't have anything to photograph, because that's what I was doing. Now, if I had, interest in other things, maybe I could have moved on and photographed different things for realtors, for example. In some cases, they may need a photographer, but it's not what I was interested in. It's always been music. So,
sure,
or some form of concert. So when that stopped, it stopped for me. Lucky enough that I do sell medication. I have my daytime job. In fact, when I'm done with this show, I'm going to be getting back on the phones, because I sell medication to hospitals, clinics, Walgreens, all the drugstores call in and order medication from me. So if it hadn't been for that job, I would have been in big trouble.
No, Lou, let's put it this way. Obviously, you must be getting a lot of business in the last, good and bad. You know what I mean? The way everybody's taking this one way or another. Now, 2020, if people know, we still worked. We were down maybe 6 weeks. A lot of the restaurants and places I worked at didn't close, or they put a tent up, or they did something outside, or they put an enclosure. So, and everybody looks at things a little differently. There's always a different approach of mask, no mask, vaccine, no vaccine, and blah, 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 blah. That's a whole different topic. But anyway, all right. So let's get down. There's 3 more questions here for Lou before you go, buddy. All right. Number 1. Now, you don't have to get into details. But who would you say the coolest? I mean, you were in awe when you walked in and you knew you were going to take a picture of this person or group? Who was like the most awe that you ever felt? You're going, holy shit, this is it. Who was it?
Well, I think the biggest star that we probably had there, and not so much musically, but Kevin Costner being such a big movie star. So as far as the biggest names, I think Kevin Costner would have to be right at the top of the list because of his.
I think him and Jerry Lewis. I mean, Jerry Lewis
yeah.
is huge. Yeah,
Jerry
very deep. Okay, so I've asked this to everybody, including Ron Onesti, because he's been on my show a couple of times. Who was the biggest jerk? Now, you don't have to get into details, but who was like, boy, this guy or this girl is just not cool?
Well, you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. It's not so much the artist that I've had any issues with.
Okay.
A lot of times it's the management, but not to their fault, because they're probably acting or doing what the artist is paying them to do.
Sure.
But I've had, as an example, Chris Isaak, phenomenal musician, love his music. He gets on stage and he's telling people, if you got a camera, take it out, take my picture. I didn't get dressed for nothing.
Okay.
And then just 30 minutes later, the manager is getting all over my case for taking pictures. And he's like, what are you doing? I didn't know you were supposed to be taking any photographs. I was never told. You got to put that camera away, that kind of thing. So for me, I don't really think it's so much the artist that I've ever not liked or disliked. I think, and it's not that I dislike the management. I think they have a job to do, and that's what they're doing. But I think they represent the artist.
Yeah.
And I think that's important too, how you represent the artist that's on stage. But for the most part, I have to be honest, they've all been, and some of the nicest, to be honest with you, some of the nicest folks, artists, I would have to say would have been, I think I have some that I listed here. Tony Orlando.
What a sweetheart.
This guy, phenomenal. He'll come out, he'll do a 2-hour show, and he'll do a 2-hour meet and greet after the show. He'll make sure he meets everybody that's in the stadium or in the theater at that time. I mean, and the thing is, when I see an artist like that, especially one that I admired back in the 70s and 80s,
sure,
and I find out by meeting them, I find out that they're genuinely nice people. It just makes it that much nicer. I'm more interested in that person now, knowing that not only the music I liked, but it also turned out to be, or the person also turned out to be a very nice person.
Yeah, Tony Orlando, even another guy, Davy Jones, another guy goes out there. I mean, Peter Noon. Some of these guys wait till the end, till every last person gets their picture signed or their handshake or whatever. Yeah. I mean, that is so cool. And then you get these other guys. You sign up for a meet and greet that, I'm too tired. I don't want to go out. Here's what I don't understand. If it wasn't for these people in line buying your records and your T-shirts and your merchandise and your pictures, you wouldn't be sitting out there doing it. So there shouldn't be any, I'm too tired. You know what I mean? And just bullshit. All right, last question, Lou. Bucket list. Top 3 who you have not took a picture of, but you want to. Top 3.
I've never photographed the Rolling Stones. They got to be in the top 3, especially since they're up in age at this point.
Yep.
I've really never photographed Ringo. I photographed Paul.
Okay.
But never Ringo, and he's one of the Beatles, so I'd love to get some shots of Ringo.
One of my favorite. Now, you photographed Paul McCartney. How cool was that? Cool? That's Sir Paul McCartney.
It was, but I was actually a fan at that point. It happened about 6 years ago or so, and it was at the Wrigley Field.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Okay.
So cool. I was able to photograph him there, but I didn't actually have a photo pass, so I didn't get a chance to. Certainly never got a chance to meet him or any of his staff, but I was in the front row. And so, I had got some really nice pictures of Paul, and someone else that I haven't photographed.
One last one for your bucket list.
Phil Collins, I guess, since I was such a Phil Collins fan, Genesis fan.
Genesis fan.
Yeah, never photographed Phil Collins.
I mean, that's three big stars right there. You mentioned this photo pass. Is it something that you get all the time? And if you get a photo pass, does that allow you to go anywhere on stage, in front, anywhere to take pictures?
No, in fact, a lot of times you'll go through the band's management and tell them who you are, tell them you'd like to photograph a few songs. If they say yes, they'll have a photo pass waiting at will call for you. But it basically only gives you permission to photograph from the front of the stage, probably the first 3 songs.
Okay.
And that would be it. And then, it depends. I mean, because they don't really need you to photograph anything.
Sure.
They're just allowing you to do it since you reached out to them. So it's not like if they were to hire me, they would give me a photo pass to go pretty much anywhere that I wanted, but I'm not really being hired by them. I'm just asking permission to photograph them, and they'll give you 3 songs.
And these pictures you can't sell, obviously. The pictures that you take,
well,
or can you?
It's kind of tricky. I've understood that it's my image.
Yeah.
So it's my image. The only thing, and from what I understand, you can, unless you've signed a contract prior stating that you would not.
Okay.
But the images do belong to the photographer.
Right.
And I have to be honest, I really haven't gone into that part of the business at this point.
Well, because Lou, I would go to these Hollywood shows, and you see guys with selling posters and stuff. I'm sure you've been to a couple of those, and you see people's folders with 8x10s glossies of all these great pictures. So I'm wondering, either they buy these and then sell them online, or are these guys actually taking the pictures and, like I said, and selling them to the public?
Yeah, I think for the most part, they're taking the photos. Now, you don't want to steal someone else's photo and sell it yourself. Correct. But if it's the image that you captured on your camera, then it's from what I understand, it's perfectly okay to do that.
Well, Lou, I know you're a busy man doing your job during the day. I want to thank you for all the years. You've always took some great pictures of me too, as well, and all the other artists that you have done. You do an incredible work. Obviously, if they want to see your work, is it all on your Facebook page? How do they see Lou's work? How does that work?
Lou Bellotti. Facebook is where I usually post everything that I photograph, especially from the Arcada. Okay. And then other than that, my email address, Luciano, my first name, Luciano. JB at AOL.com.
Well, that's fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. Lou Bellotti, ladies and gentlemen, great Chicagoland photographer. Of course, does a lot of mostly 99% of the pictures of the Arcada Theater, St. Charles, and displays. Lou, I will see you again soon, my friend, but thank you for the great work that you do, brother. Buon Natale, Happy New Year, and you stay out of trouble, my friend.
Thank you. Merry Christmas to you guys as well, you and your family.
Thank you, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Lou Bellotti, great gentleman, and what a great guy. Thank you, Lou, so much, everybody.
Thank you.
Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things, folks. Again, I need to say congratulations to our daughter, Marissa, who passed her state board yesterday and now will be able to do hair full time. That's right. Now she can go out and get her own stuff. Congratulations, Marissa. I said it earlier, but I need to say it again to stress that out too. There you go. Jerry Jans is watching. Becky Lee. We have California, Los Angeles, New York, Santa Barbara, Wisconsin, Iowa. How you guys all doing? Oh, thank you, Richard Hamlin, Marion, Tony Toto. I hope you guys are having a great, great day, folks. Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things. I'm excited. Now, tomorrow, 1980, December 8th, where were you when John Winston Lennon was shot by some asshole named Mark Chapman? I shouldn't even announce his name, this piece of garbage. Was a fan of John Lennon, met John Lennon twice, signed a record and a book. He had the Catch of the Rye book tucked underneath his arm. Jesus told him that he was the real John Lennon. I'm wondering what would happen if John Lennon was still alive today. But tomorrow, I'm going to try to have as many people as I can as a cast. Nixa Hodges, who's a big Beatle buff. Doug and Lulu Sylvester, who love Beatles. And Albert, of course, our good friend Albert from the Arcada Theater. And we're going to talk John Lennon tomorrow, of course. So I'm excited about that because I'm a diehard John Lennon fan, a diehard Beatle fan. Anyway, folks, you're watching Ocean's Pit, and we're here at 1 o'clock, an hour show. We got some stuff to talk about. Let's see where we're at right now. According to Nations Magazine, these are social media interest stories. Listen to this, folks. Social Magazine, FedEx driver was arrested for dumping 400 packages into the Alabama ravine. So he's a FedEx driver, gets caught dumping 400 packages into the Alabama ravine. Now, I don't know why he did this, but it makes you wonder if these FedEx guys are dropping these packages off. Could have happened with the votes too. I mean, we don't want to go there, but I'm just saying this guy gets arrested for doing that, and it's just like, I don't know what. There's got to be reasons why people do this, right? You would think. Who knows, ladies and gentlemen? Who knows? All right, now here's another thing. It's time for That's Suspicious, and I know how much you guys love That's Suspicious. We got a whole bunch of them today, folks. That's right. That's suspicious. Odd, isn't it, that Epstein managed to kill himself just as the police forgot to do a bed check. That's suspicious. Epstein, of course, pedophile, whatever, sex trafficking guy on the island. And of course, he killed himself. And now his partner, Maxwell, testifying. And of course, they put a stop so nothing that she says can be said in the public, so no one can hear it. Some gag order, so you won't be able to all the stuff that she says. And who knows the names and numbers that might be on in this book or videos or copies of what she has. That's very suspicious. This new variant, ladies and gentlemen, is so dangerous that it's spreading from news stations rather than the respiratory tract. From one news station to another. That's suspicious. One says it's dangerous. One says we don't know. One says it's mild symptoms. I don't know. Well, they keep coming up with these. How do they know? They keep testing them before they come out? I mean, I don't know. Do we all know? John Foss, how you doing? Congratulations to your daughter. And I think it was also your son's birthday, right, John? If I'm correct. John Fosso from Richie's, everybody. How you doing, pal? I hope you're doing well. I can't back on that? Okay. All right. So what do you know? I don't know. Anybody in the Evanston area? Evanston, Illinois is opening the very first pot dispensary. Woo! That's not suspicious. That's going to be in Evanston at the former Leona's Pizza. Wow. All right, folks. Big Farm donated to President Joe Biden. Whoo! That's a lot of money, man. $8,400 something dollars, whatever it was, donated to Joe Biden's campaign. All that money. No wonder why he's pushing his products. I wonder why Joe Biden is pushing their shots, donating all that money from Big Pharma. That's suspicious. Absolutely. In the city of Chicago alone, folks, since the year of 2021 started, right? It's December 7th right now, so let's go back to January. There's been 232 expressway shootings. 22 people have been killed. One dog was killed. 103 hurt. And only 13 arrests at the time. 13. After all that stuff there, only 13 people were arrested and let go. That is suspicious, folks. I'm sorry. It doesn't make any sense to me. And like I said, everything that's happening, when they had the riots and they had the loot, we're talking about this over and over again. And they brought in a couple of them, then they got let go. But then we still get blamed for stuff that's happened 200 to 2,000 years ago. We, as an American people, are still getting blamed for it. Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things, folks. Hey, man, that was great having Lou Bellotti on, man. What a great guy, and he does some great photography, some good stuff. All right, what do we got here, folks? Let's see. Kyle Rittenhouse, of course, the guy who, the kid who got let go, not guilty, charges in Kenosha, said he's going to take that rifle that air rifle 75 rifle that he had, and he's going to destroy it. So he never has to see it again, and nobody has to see it. He's going to destroy it and get rid of it, and rightfully so, I guess. And we all have that feeling about that. I'm glad that he came not guilty, but there's a lot of people that think he should have been guilty. So, but he's doing the right thing when it comes to getting rid of that rifle. Holiday season's right around the corner, and you know my Mama D's coming up with these bread loaves. So make sure you go to my page or my mom's page, D Bosch, B-O-S-C-H, or Natalie Bosch, and get those holiday bread loaves. Great gifts giving, all different flavors. We love them, and thank you guys. I ordered them a lot in 2019 when we were down. So thank you so much. Hey, today is happy Wear a Dress Day. So for women, you should be wearing a dress today. And men, if you play that, you should be wearing a dress. So today is happy Wear a Dress Day. Again, I don't know where they come up with these days, but hey, some funny stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Another side effects, they said, if you had COVID-19, now some people side effects says they couldn't smell, they couldn't taste. A new one, scientists are saying that you smells like garbage. You have the smell of garbage is another side effect. Now, I don't know anybody who had the side effect of smelling garbage. That I couldn't tell you, but that's something that the scientists are saying here, folks. According to the Insider, Trump Tower has a brand new cocktail. It's around the Trump presidency when he was president. It's a $45 whiskey with Diet Coke and a side order of beef sliders. Now you can get this whole thing at Trump Tower, $45. Woo! That's one drink, one whiskey with a Diet Coke and a couple beef sliders. Insider, Trump Tower, doing his stuff. How you doing, Marianne? I hope you're going good. Good. That's fantastic. Okay, now, are you ready for this one, folks? This is something that I just cannot believe this, folks. Are you? I think most fans smelled garbage that all last year. Yeah, Richard, I think you did. That's suspicious. Now, guys, this is more suspicious than any other suspicious I ever heard. According to Newsweek magazine and the New York Post, these are two legit social media magazines. They're not some crackpot coming up with shit. This is true. Newsweek and the New York Post. Are you ready for this, folks? World's first robot. Now, remind you, folks, listen to this again. World's first robot can now reproduce. There's some cells supporting some cell they've got from an alpha crane frog from Africa. And it's making robots reproduce. They are called xenobots. Xenobots are robots who could reproduce. Now, you heard about this in China. Years ago, I heard about this, that some of the hotels they have 2 or 3 hotels and restaurants that are run by robots. You know, that's the future. That's the future. But this is according to New York Post right now. Xenobots are robots that can reproduce. Now, think about that. Reproduce little robots. How about that, Becky Lee? That's gross. It is gross. What the hell? Hey, man, nothing surprises me anymore. Nothing surprises me anymore. I'm telling you. A couple more dates. Don't forget, folks, on January 1st, we'll be at Docks in Wakanda with my buddy Jeff Dubray starting off the new year 2022. And then every Thursday, we'll be at Are We Live in Burridge, Illinois, right next to Capri's. Capri, Gigi's got a place called Capri in Burridge, great Italian restaurant. But right down, like 2 doors down, is a new nightclub called Are We Live. We're going to be there every Thursday, January and February. And folks, it's almost like Faces meets the living room meets Jilly's. The place is called Are We Live. It's tapas food only. Dress code. Trump should shove that drink up as well, Marion. I'm sorry about that. No, we can't say mean things. I want to say hello to Dave Zamel, who's on the set filming a TV show. 44, is that right? Where are you at, Dave? Dave Zamel, our very good friend and actor. He's out there doing his stuff. He's filming a TV show. He's been on a couple TV shows already. He's been on all the Chicago Fire's, Empire. He's on the set filming the TV show for 4400. So Dave Zamel on the set right now, filming the TV show 4400. Dave Zamel, look forward to see you this week, folks. So Jerry Renda will be with us tomorrow at the Ocean Show. Love the comments on the side. Now, isn't that cool, guys? I don't know how it happened. It just happened. Oh, yeah, we have some birthdays, folks. A couple birthdays out there. Dennis Wilson, former drummer of the Beach Boys. Of course, he died at a very young age, celebrated a birthday this past weekend, folks. Little Richard. Good golly, Miss Molly. Little birthday for Richard. Don Barnes, member of 38 Special, celebrates a birthday. My good buddy Chuck Belvia. Chuck, one of the guys who got us in Florida. We'll be back in Florida with Chuck again. Chuck, happy birthday. Omar Moreno. Omar, we didn't have the show when you were on, buddy, so happy birthday, Omar. I hope you had a great day. I know it was this past weekend. I know you had some fun. Maybe you're still recovering from a hangover. I don't know, but you should be happy. My good friend Phyllis Hodges and Nick Hodges. Phyllis's older brother, Jimmy Zito, would have been 65 years old today. Jimmy's up in heaven and should be very proud of his sister, Phyllis, and Nick, who put that St. Jude's benefit every year. They do that big concert that I'm proud to be part of. And Jimmy would have been 65 years old today. Happy birthday, Jimmy, up in heaven. John Desmond, the drummer from the band The Doors, celebrates a birthday. Let's see here, folks. What do we got here? Oh, David Doyle, better known as Bosley on Charlie's Angels, celebrates a birthday, folks. Rick Savage, bass player for Def Leppard, celebrates a birthday. Mickey Thomas, singer for Starship, Jefferson Airplane, Starship, also was the lead vocals on the song called Fool Who Ran and Fell in Love. Elvin Bishop and Mickey Thomas celebrates. How about Ozzy? I am Ozzy. Ozzy celebrates a birthday. Andy Williams turns 94 years old today. Happy holidays. Actually, I think there isn't that many holiday songs for Christmas, right? They're all called Christmas songs, right? So I know when you say happy holidays, but it's Merry Christmas. But since there's so many nationalities out there, and I was trying to find out all the songs that had anything to do with holiday, and there's not too many of them, but Happy Holidays is one by the great Andy Williams, 94. Jeff Murphy from the great band from Zion Shoes celebrates a birthday. Patty Sayed, Patty, wherever you are, Dick Sayed's lovely wife celebrates a birthday, Patty. I hope you're having a great day, you and Dick. Well, John, yeah, we'll be there in Marco on the 12th and 13th of March. We'll also be at the Venison Community Center on the 11th. Hello to Local 134, Robert Provenzano. How is he doing? Did your drummer have his surgery on his shoulder? Marianne, it wasn't my drummer. It's our sound man, Ryan. No, his surgery is January 3rd. So Ryan, unfortunately, will be out for a couple months, getting that shoulder back to normal. And in the meantime, I got some great crew and great guys working with us. Jeff Dubray, Daryl Armenstad, Jerry Jams Renda. It's going to be good. Nick Hodges is doing a couple, Donnie DeMarco. So we've got a crew of guys that'll be filling in for my good buddy Ryan, and while he gets that shoulder. So we're going to do a little something before he goes away. So yeah, he's going to be missed. He's a great guy, one of my very good friends, but we'll get him good. Marissa Tomei turns 57 years old from my cousin Vinny. Max Baer Jr. His father, Max Baer, was a big boxer, but Max Baer Jr., better known as Jethro Bodine on Beverly Hillbillies, turns 84 years old today. Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things, folks. And boy, I hope you guys are having a good time. I will wish them luck, Marion. Thank you so much. We still got some stuff to talk about here, folks. Now, here's breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Now, relax how you hear this. This, what I'm about to say, could be a little disturbing. And so I want you guys to take this with a grain of salt, what I'm going to announce to you right here. Ladies and gentlemen, a man was admitted into the hospital from West Virginia. He had 25 toy horses shoved up his rectum when they brought in this true story. Now, don't get upset here. This is true. This man from West Virginia was admitted into a hospital, and he had 25 plastic toy horses shoved up his butt. But the doctors looked it over and said everything is stable. Got you guys, huh? Fooled you. I had to throw that out there. I think that's pretty funny. A little gross, but a little funny at the same time. The best news in the world. The best news in the world, folks. Joy Baha is leaving The View in the new year. Why can't she leave now? Why can't she leave now? Joy Behar leaving The View. Leaving The View. Yay! And I heard the show might get canceled. So I hope they all go on a cruise and whatever happens to them. Joy Behar. Am I pronouncing your name right? Does anybody actually like this woman? Jesus. Can anybody tell me she's... I know Joanne don't like her. That's a ball washer, huh, Jerry? You like that one? Rectum. Damn near killed him. That's right. Joe Behar, leaving The View, if you're pronouncing that right. Hope Whoopi goes too. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're driving a Honda SUV, they're just recalled, according to CBS, Honda recalled 725,000 SUVs because their hood might come up undone while you're going at high speeds. This is a true story, according to CBS. If you're driving a Honda SUV, you might want to look into that about this recall. 725,000 Honda SUVs when recalled because, you know, you're driving, all of a sudden this hood comes up, you're in trouble. Marianne, yeah, she sucks. That's the best news. Put an egg in her shoe and beat it. Yeah. Thank you, Christine. I can't stand The View either. I can't stand it. And obviously, a lot of people don't like her. Now, get this, folks. You can't make this stuff up, folks. Now, this is in Austria, and I know it's a different country, and they probably do things a little differently out there, but here you are. There's a man, a surgeon, a woman surgeon. Now, whether it was a woman surgeon or a man surgeon doesn't make a difference. But listen to this. Is a surgeon, and an elderly man of 81 years old is getting his leg amputated, removed. Diabetes, obviously. But this surgeon cuts the wrong leg off. Cuts the wrong leg off of an 81-year-old man in Austria. And the only thing that happened to this doctor was a fine of $3,100. This is the fine that the doctor had to pay for cutting the wrong leg off a patient, an 81-year-old man. The doctor cut off the wrong leg. Do you believe this? Teresa, how you doing? Welcome to Ocean's Pit. What part of the hospital has the least amount of privacy? The ICU. Love it, Richard. Yeah. That's horrible, right, Kathy? Kathy Eppolito from Santa Barbara. Now he has to go to the IHOP. Oh, Jerry Jams. They cut off the wrong leg. I cut off the wrong leg. And then, okay, but the doctor gets fined $3,100. That's like, oh, sorry, a bunch of parking tickets. You cut off an 82-year-old man's leg. Joanne, isn't that horrible? Horrible. Good news, folks, for you MLB baseball lovers out there, and it's been a long time coming. I'm so happy that the Negro organization. The Negro players were so important in baseball, and they were so overlooked. But now they're getting a second chance to be put into the Hall of Fame, and I'm so congratulations, so well deserved. Number one, of course, Minnie Mimosa will be one of the first going into the Baseball Hall of Fame. This should have been happened a long, long time ago, according to Fox Sports News. Those Negro players were incredible players, and they should have got their due way, way overdue. So congratulations to Minnie Mimosa and other Negro African-American baseball players that are finally being put into the Baseball Hall of Fame. That's great, great news. Great, great news. All right, folks. This is the last thing I got to tell you about, folks. The biggest scam in the world. You know those TV evangelists. You send me money. You send me money and I will cure you and you do it my way. There's so many of them that have been caught lying and cheating. Now, this Joel Osteen, supposedly he's been one of the ones out there doing a great job and everybody loved him. Well, he got caught doing something bad, and this is according to the Washington Post. Joel Osteen, the toilet in the church had some problems. It needed to be fixed. So the plumber, janitor, whoever came to fix it, was fixing the toilet, and something out of the wall came out with cash and checks, envelopes with cash and checks hidden behind the wall. Now, Joel Osteen, that money you're supposed to be given to the church and give to me, and I will heal you. Why is that money tucked in the wall behind a toilet in the church? Crazy. Full of shit. These people should be hung. Taking advantage of people's money in the Lord's name. You know, Jesus up there, God's going up there going, where did I tell these people in the Bible to do this? Where did I say to do this? Scamming people and scamming people. That's suspicious. He's another idiot. Not even suspicious, Jerry. I mean, that's just crooked. This guy belongs behind bars. That's where he belongs. Behind bars. That's all there is to it. Well, folks, we're coming to the end of the show. I want to thank Lou Bellotti, ladies and gentlemen, the great photographer from the Chicagoland area. Of course, he works for the Arcada Theater and the Des Plaines Theater. For Ron Onest, he takes all the great pictures of all the great celebrities that come to town. Make sure you go to his website page, Lou Bellotti, B-I-L-O-T-T-I. Take a look at some of the great pictures from the Bodines to Kevin Costner to Frankie Avalon to Jerry Lewis, Paul Anka, and so many. He does an incredible job, and he's a great guy. Great guy. Hey, folks, thank you guys so much and for just tuning in every day. And don't forget, check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com. Give us a call at 847-769-8609. Congratulations again, Marissa. State Board, you passed, honey. Now she can go out and get hair, do hair and make people look pretty like she always does. And she's one of the most beautiful women in the world, as our daughters. Takes after my wife, of course. Nothing to do with me. I'm just there for support. But I love her and I'm so happy for her. Anyway, again, tomorrow, if you get a chance, Jerry Jams Renda and Ocean's Rat Pack will be at Donnie G's. It's a dinner show. Starts between 7:30. Come out and see Bill Cellartella as Frank Sinatra, Elliot Winbush as Sammy, yours truly as Dean. That's tomorrow. Thursday, Positano's in Oak Brook with Rhino Ryan, and that's going to be a lot of fun. And then Friday, Chicago Prime Steakhouse with Ryan O'Ryan. Saturday, Norton's in Highland Park with Ryan O'Ryan. And Sunday, Frank Sinatra's 106th birthday party at the Arcada Theater with a 10-piece band with my good buddy Bill Pantley, Jack D'Amico, and Nick Ponderelli in the band. It's going to be a good time. Come and see the show, folks. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Well, thank you all. And before we say that, it's time, last but not least, Patriot Funding Incorporated, commercial money lending at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. Call Dave Antonelli at 630-675-4730. Personal term loans, personal cash line of credit, business credit cards, personal credit cards right there. Get everything you need. That's Patriot Funding Incorporated. Call Dave Antonelli, 630-675-4730. And every show is brought to you by Eco Solar Solutions until at least the end of the year. So 630-345-2964. Thank you all so much, man. Thank you, Lou, and thank you all for tuning in today. Love you all very much, folks. Be safe. God bless you. In the great words of Ringo Starr, peace and love. To our executive producer, April, thank you. To my lovely wife, Laura. Love you guys, everybody. God bless you. Have a great day. And, of course, Nick Sahajas taking us out. Goodbye, everybody. That's right. Take us out.
Time to go. It's the end of the show. See you later.